Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quant VTF here at T3 Live, and we got SPY in the monthly still two in its way up. So here, still obviously in February's range, but you had the rev strat down in here, and now it's just still bright green on the month and going out near the highs. So far so good on the monthly to try and come up on this stuff. If you go to the weekly, you'll see this. Weekly, what we were looking for, didn't quite take that out, and then we looked for it to take that out, and now challenging that or that. We don't have any actionable signal on this thing, but if we go back to the daily, here's that broadening formation continuation we were looking for. We got it. All right, still going back here. You'll see the bigger try that we knew about from here. All right, the lower low, the higher high, the lower low, the higher high, the lower low, and now working its way back up here. The continuation triangle here, now an inside day, and so the next thing we're looking for here is this 280.41. Like I said, even though you draw the triangles like this, anytime you break above that, we'd redraw it anyway. But this is just, if we complete the broadening formation, we would take that out, starting off as inside day. QQQ. Also green on the month, or just going into the highs, so you're at exhaustion risk when you get up here. So we've got to keep going. All right, so here, break it out 175.21, 75.93. So this looks like so. Take them out. So you got lower lows here. And voila. There's your weekly QQQ broadening formation. Doesn't mean it's going to drop back in, but you just go into the highs. So now you have outside day countered with scenario 2 taking out that out. So if we take this out, we're looking to take this triangle out. And so what I mean by that is you're going to see this, right? And as long as we start taking one direction, 222, we'll be looking to come up through there, or we're going to refail through that. No new actionable signal there, just working on that outside bar. Apple. And Apple, once again, anytime you're going into higher highs, you can stall out, all right, exhaustion risk. And so just doji on the week, which side of that we're going to take out, and you can see how tight this has been up in here. Here's the triangle, bam, 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 bam. So now slight lower low hammer, and so just a tight range for Apple right now. Small cappers, still full steam ahead. Outside day, inside day. So we'll see if that continues. Remember last week, 3-2 outside week to the upside, and you're still 3-2 quarter as well on the longer term stuff. You're just going into higher highs, so you have exhaustion risk, and you got an inside day to start it off. So it just needs to keep going. That's all. TLT bonds inside day, the monthly outside inside. So you still need to get outside of that outside month. So stuck in the middle for right now. On the weekly, you do have this hammer counter shooter if it wants to start coming back up through here, and that's going to give you the triangle like so, like that, and like this. Go to VXX. Tis a puking machine. Still in this weekly bar, though. All right? And certainly would love to have the return of volatility. We just aren't seeing it. And so VXX goes inside day near the recent lows to see if it's going to keep doing what it does. And we had TVIX reverse split. So we got TVIX. Back up to 42 bucks. So that's good. If we go to the diamonds, and Dow Jones Diamonds did what we were looking for last week. Remember, we had this broadening formation in here and looking for it to come up, take this out, got right to it. Now riding on the top, and so Dow Jones Diamonds, monthly, still green, and 2 takes out one side. So far, so good, but you got a new week coming. Go out on the highs. And remember, when you go out on the highs, everything's going to look good. It's just, things just have to continue. And on this, you still have these guys to go after, and you might recall this. Here's an old outside weaker that we're back into. On the daily, though, it's a little different. Made the lower level try. Remember, this high couldn't take this out, but you still have this higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, lower low, and now it's trying to see if we can come back up and take all this stuff out and catch up to everybody else. You got IBM, and I know it's IBMer, but and you had the weekly hammer, take it up, and now on the monthly, the 222 reversal. Here, 2 down, 2 down, 2 back up, and so that's in force above 146.20. You're right about there. So we can look for any additional signals above that. Intel, 3-weeker. So you got an outside week, so potential 3-2 if they want to bring it in back through some of this stuff, or maintain and go inside week, or rally up. Go to Johnny John. Johnny John, we got that weekly hammer we wanted last week. Just back up into this giant try. So on the monthly, still got some room to not be inside month, so you want to be aware of that. But if Johnny John can keep coming on this, just a greater daily try. If we can try coming up on this, so we can look for additional signals there. You get time frame continuity on the month is green, so we can look for reconfirmation on the weekly daily 60. Go to Triple M. And Triple M, trying to come off the lows here. 2 monthly, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, and 2 back up. Above 206.04, you're there. So you got the 222 monthly reversal. See if we can come up into this gapper here. Could use some additional actionable signals, but don't have them right now. Merck took daily hammer up. Merck went 3-2 weaker. And Merck is still inside month and up. Here. The 3-1-2 Chicago setup off the hammer. So that's still in force, just looking for additional actionable signals. Like I said, a lot of things going out on the highs, they'll all look good. So they just have to keep going and reconfirm that kind of stuff come the new week. Go to Nike. Nike into the highs. And inside year end up and hammer counter shooter to start off the week. UTEX. UTEX is a triangle we've been watching forever, right? From down into here. When it made it up in here, now still got to get out of here. You can see it's been a little choppy in here. But what we'd be looking for here is if it can get strong enough to take this out. Outside high 129.03. If you can take that out, we go 3-2 monther back up to the triangle expansion. Go to XLP here. With the Dow XLP, you can see this monthly try up into here, and now it's going 2-2 monther back up, right? It's an outside year already, so once a 3, always a 3, and then you can see if you can get back into this stuff up in here, or if it was just another small poparoo, but you see it bam, 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 then so here's the greater try, then you can see the smaller ones in here. But if we're really coming up in here, as the monthly says, so far as the monthly is above 50-55, which you are right now, we can look for further stuff. So in the Dow, you got Coke. I'm trying to go monthly hammer back up. And that's in force. Above 42.28, you got Procter & Gamble doing the monthly 2-2-2 reversal. And that's in force handily above 75.01. Just no additional actionable signals. Last week we did, but now we don't as of right now. So we can keep an eye on that whole group. You got Mondelez. Mondelez would be back into the tri-monthly hammer above 39.94. Clorox. See the try here. Bam, 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 bam on the monthly. Inside month still. 2-bar pattern, but you do go 1-2 back up above 126.76. So you're right there. Colgate a little bit different of a story. You got to get outside of that thing, but you can look at the weekly for the 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, above 63.82. Pepsi. Monthly hammer 222 reversal back up over 102.24. You're there. Tap might have a little bit ways to go, but you can see this big old try. And it's got tough time not being the inside month, but potentially you do have this here. This is the 3, so the 3-2 day, or there's a multi-pattern of this, but you could get a 3-2 if they want to forgive it and come on back up. Kellogg's hammer counter shooter weak, and if it gets strong enough, you can come up on the outside monther above 66.27. You got some distance on that. General Mills, real corpse down in here. Still need to go 2-2 above 43.93, but what you do have is you got an outside weaker. That would be 3-2 up above 43.54. Big Mo on the monthly. Goes 2-2 back up over 56.79. You're there. And cheese ketchup. Cheese ketchup still need on the monthly 59.86 above that, so you got some room to take that. And the weekly goes inside week 3 bars inside of this thing, so we'll see if there's any poparoos in there. If we go to UNH, staying with the Dow, UNH going towards the highs here, as you can see, and outside 3-day, and we can take a look at a couple others in there. Groups here, Humana, once they get it ripping again, this goes monthly hammer up above Momo hammer above 270, 297.74. You're there. Aetna takes the outside inside month above 180.68. You're there. And even ESRX, you can throw that in with these guys. Trying to take this monthly hammer up or above 78.47, and it's a 3-weeker. Here, 3-2 above 78.81. Go to the trannies. IYT Transports with the weekly hammer here above 198.09er. So trying to get outside this monther and get it moving. Here you got some room to all-time highs, so we'll see if we can take that out. If you look at the daily, you see it's been kind of tight in here. This thing chopping them around. We'll see if we can finally get out of that. If we go to American Airlines, you see how tight this is? You'll be aware of that. Here you go. It's going to be a tough time. It's already inside month, and you'd have to get outside of this thing. So just be aware of that. You do have inside week, multi-week pattern in this thing, but you do go inside here. But be careful. You got to get outside of this thing, and we're nowhere near doing that. So be very careful on that thing. Alaska Air, similar tight down in here, but you do have 2-bar inside pattern. If they do start to move to come through this try that we've been watching for oh so long. Daily looks like this. Be aware these airlines are just kind of stuck here. So if we go to Southwest Air, you can see what tight ranges this thing is in. The question if they start breaking down, you do got this weekly triangle like this to go challenge this stuff. So we'll see. United Airlines, still tight stuff in here, but it is a rev strat week if they start getting them going. But just be aware of how tight this stuff is. If you go to CNI, choo-choo, inside, outside, inside week all in this thing. But if we start taking that out, we can look and see if we can start taking out the try up into there. CP Rail, maybe get a NAFTA deal over the weekend or something. I don't know. It's right here. Inside weaker near the recent highs. And you can see here on the daily, a little tight. Did triangle them out down there. But for the good part would be the monthly. You still got room to go after all this stuff if it starts going inside weaker. You can see if that does anything there. Norfolk Southern, also tight here, but does go outside weak. So the question is, that's a broadening formation that looks like this. All right, we've been watching this one. It's a little tight here, but we can keep watching. Anytime you get out and get back into this thing is something we'd want to know about. Go to Union Pacific. Once again, triangle them out on the daily, so you can watch this daily try like so. Here, still doji on the month there, but just if they start going. FedEx, inside day trying to get outside of this try, which gives you the monthly. Inside month and up coming through these guys, so that's in force, and you got an inside day to start the week. ODFL, Old Dirty Freight Lines right on the highs, and you got this. Triangle them out off the 3-bar with 3, and then back into the 3, and you took that out. So it looks like this, which is an outside week. So if they really want to start cranking this thing, here you go, higher highs, lower lows. You got an outside week or Momo hammer. XPO just cranking near the highs. So the thing is, on the daily, you'll see this. Bam, 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 bam. And now you're up into here. All right. You got your slight lower low. Now coming up into here, and you do have that outside monther. So that would be 3-2 monther up above a 111.08, and you're there. See if that can keep cranking or not. Go to the Utes, XLU, that was beautiful last week, all those rev strats. The weekly Utes itself was 222 off the shooter. Remember, like Southern and all that stuff. It's just perfect rev strats. So for now, they go inside days. So you can watch the big boys. NEE, you can see this try. See if they can still triangle them out or start ripping back up. SRE. SRE also inside day down into here. Just, see what they want to do with those things. If they want to recover the Utes or keep dishing them off the inside day pukers. VNQ REIT still on the comeback trail after the big opening dumper of the year. The 3-2 downer. Now went inside and start still trying to climb back up here. Got EQR. EQR. Can go 3-2 month or outside. Range expansion above 64.25. You're there. An SPG. Trying to get them out a little bit tight on the try, but you're going to see this on the weekly. Bam, 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 and now trying to come back up through this if the reach stays strong. XME. XME doing nothing. So XME monthly, just the creeper as it's been forever, because you got gold doing nothing forever. Gold's doing nothing, and silver is almost even worse. Silver. Remember when we used to trade silver? No. This is tightening up into nothing, so GDX nothing. So you still got tariffs and stuff like that. Letter X. Letter X goes inside week. Remember this daily try like this, trying to get up into here. Now, how do you get out of there? We'll be watching tariffs because this triangle itself will go on the monthlies, the outside monther. So you got to get outside of that outside month. RS, a little better. This goes outside week, inside week near the highs. STLD. Also a little better, the inside, outside, inside week near the high, so certainly you can watch that stuff if steel starts to heat up. CENX. Got some distance on this, and you're an inside week, but if that starts going, remember, it would be Rev Strat Munter here, inside, and then hammer above 1869, so you got some room on that. But see, inside week first, and FCX. Still fighting for life here. It goes inside day. Like so, and here's the triangle here, bam, 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 bam. And you got an inside day to keep walking up this there in the monthly. The 3-2-2, and that's in force above 1778. You're there to try and come back up on that outside bar, which is the fractal try I just showed you. Financials. We got Fed this week, and so it certainly plays into it. We'd want to get back up above this monthly here, 70.49. We got the hammer last week. That worked. And now you go inside day, but you got Fed day, so you just want to be aware of that common Fed day to try and go through all that stuff. XLF, also inside day. Doing some KRE, inside day mirror the highs, so a little bit better there, but you have an exhaustion risk when you go into the highs. So anytime you see the higher high, you can draw that. Anytime you got a lower low, you can draw it like this. And there's your daily try for KRE. If you go to JP Morgan, inside day, inside month, if you pull this out, you'll see this try here. Like so. So you're just right in the middle of that. Bank of America, in the middle of this try here, is the outside monther, and this is what it looks like on a daily when you have an outside month, so you'd still need to get outside of that. Let the Feds do what they're going to do first. Citicorp, a little worse, hanging down in here, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, the monthly, still handily inside month, and Wells Fargo, closer to taking the monthly high, 56.18. Daily triangle looking like this. Lower level part then moves its way up. Triangle the out. Like so. You got a hammer up in here. Like I said, Fed, Fed, Fed. Little guys, FitB. And FitB came up off this. Weekly hammer back into this. Try with KRA in the high. So we'll see if this, they want to forgive it. And inside day to come back up into the gapper. You can see the higher high, lower lows. Big old try. Key Corp, similar, and remember this is a big triangle. This one is here. It's the sub try of the greater try. Have to get out of that. Remember the bigger one looks like this here, so let's have to get out of that. If you go to Ameriprise, still fighting back, and Ameriprise, going to be watching this monthly here for the 222 back upper. If you can take out this here, 145.21, starting off as an inside day as well. Goldman Sachs still forming the inside monther. It gets slightly in the 2-2 weaker to back up. So that's going to give you the daily try down in here that we're still watching in here. How do we get out of here? So we'd be looking for signals if it starts racing back through there. MA and Visa, outside inside day after last week's 3-2 weaker to the upside. So you'd be aware if you got back into this thing and went 3-2-2 back down. Right now it starts off outside inside day with the Visa looking similar. So if we go to IBKR, remember the monthly shooter back into the outside bar. So if that starts rolling back down, we'd be looking for down in here. But what it does do, weekly hammer. So re-rip to the upside over 72.85 is where we'd be looking. KIE, that's the insurance ETF. And still tight in here, but this is RevStrat 2122 above 31.12. It's there right now. AIG monthly's got some room. It's got to take out. So but AIG can come up on this. Should be 56.33. We go 222 monther back up. HIG inside months, they'd have to take that out, right? That's 54.03, and you've got the weekly inside week here above 53.33 to try and crank her back up through that stuff. Chubb would have some room down here too on the monthly. So you just want to be aware that's got a little bit more room. So if you go to MMC is already back up above the mount here. Marshall McLennan above 82.19. So looking for further signals there. Prudential. Once again, you got a good chance at inside month, but you do have these weekly hammers here. And trying to get back into the greater try like so. And Travelers in the Dow. Travelers monthly. Comes back in, it would go 222 back up over 132.09, so you got a little bit more room on that. If you go to Earl, so UCO trying to hammer. Now we had that 3-2 weaker down here, right? You got your big old try stuff, right? Like so. And so, but what you do have, you got your hammer here. So we'll see if we can hammer back up on the crude. If you go to the daily outside day, so potential 3-2 on the day, and then take the week back up if Earl wants to rally, or rebuke off the outside bar. XLE is an inside day. So once again, XLE so far would be cooking inside monther on the week. You go 3-2. Once again, what's the next two? 2 is up. So we see it's above 77.49 on the weaker. You got an inside week for XOP. So either side of that. And top side 42.57. And then also starting off as inside day. OIH. Having some more problems stuck down in this try in here. And still the issue here would be the potential monthly shooter back into the outside. So OIH gets in trouble below 26.52. It's close there. It's, some tight stuff in there. We'll see. Exxon still working the big old try on the weekly. Here, bam, 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 bam. It's still working its way back up. So Exxon's still doing the creepy crawly on, still powering its way up. Just look for any additional actionable signals. Just keep powering up on this thing. Chevron. Shover inside day, middle of this range would be the issue. So you have to get outside of this weekly. So you got some room on that. At 127.98 would be where you'd be looking on 2-monther. On 2-weeker, APC. 2-week inside pattern of this outside bar, but Momo Hammer above 72.03. Starting off as inside day. CLR. And CLR still inside month. Would be somewhat the issue, riding the top of the try, trying to get out of there. What you do have on the daily, though, if they start moving, is this. Inside day. And this is slightly higher than that, which means the try comes off of this here. But inside day here, we'll see if they can take up and start powering onto this stuff if they all start getting going. Carrizo, similar. You can see the outside bar here, the higher low here, now inside day to try and come up on that. Still be multi-week inside pattern. These 2 weeks inside the 3. Oftentimes that means it was too strong to even test the bottom of the try. So this would go 2-2 back up on the week for 26.80 and an inside day. Concho, CXO. And here's your weekly hammer and the bigger try. We know the try looks like this on the daily. Like so. So get back in that weekly. You need to get above 131.81, so you got some acreage on that. Devon, RevStrat, inside bar countered with hammer, 42.53. Above that would be looking. Just beware, the try's a little tight on this thing in here, but you're trying to come out of that thing and use that weekly to hold this gap and then get. And can I? ECA, little guy, but what you do have here, weekly hammer counter shooter. It'll be back into this old 3 if it takes it above 1260. EGN, weekly hammer. Let's see the higher highs and the lower lows. Hammer counter shooter above 64.63 to get this daily try going. EOG tight. There's an inside day, and this triangle's tight. You want to be real careful on here. So you really would like to get out of this thing or use this as it grows. Monthly, handily, and inside month. On the weekly, you're an outside week, so you want to try and get outside of that. Just be real aware of that. So what you want is the head faker either up here and then come ripping back down, or spook them out down here and then come ripping back through this thing. So as this grows, we can pay more attention to it. Fang Energy. Here's the greater try. Bam, 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 bam. All right. Now, if there's any hope here, you got the weekly hammer. Triangle the out, triangle the out, triangle the out, triangle the out. And this is still higher level triangle than that. You would need 116.45 on that, so you got a little bit more room on that. Otherwise, if it starts repuking, you are on the monthly. The 2-2 down. Helmut Payne. I don't want to do Helmut Payne just yet. I want Murphy. There we go. Murphy just coming up. Used to be somebody, and that's one of those ones, you know, been a lot higher if oil just stabilizes. So you already got this try here. Bam, 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 bam. So just trying to expand that and coming up on these things in the weekly. So we could use some more signals, but OIS. The problem here is you got a multi-bar pattern going down. So this is inside month and down. So if they start hitting them, we respect that. Oxy sets up potential RevStrat back down here. Inside bar countered by shooter below 84.48. PDCE. Hammer counter shooter week back up above 62.31. Still would be inside month, but we'll see if that kicks in for us. PE See this try here? Bam, 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 bam. Now, what's into here? The problem here is when you get back into this, first of all, it's an outside day, so it'd be 3-2 back down if they want to hit it, and the monthly looks like this. Monthly 222 with shooter down below 28.29, and you're there. P10. P10 monthly. Outside bar shooter down 322, so that's still in force if they want to keep pounding this thing. Back into the greater daily try like this. PXD. PXD like the EOG, you can see how tight this stuff is in here. You got your inside day. How are we going to get outside of here? Because we're nowhere near doing it, so be aware of that. You got these inside, weak inside of this stuff, doji. SM energy. SM hammer counter shooter. Above 2406. And the issue with that would be if it goes back down, you're 322 down on the month, below 2244. WLL, still chugga on the greater giganto monthly try. We'll see. You have weekly Momo hammer if it wants to keep chugging on that, though, above 5507. XEC. Still pig, goes into the lows, and for any hope on this thing, you'd have to go 2 week over 87.82 because you're presently month and downer. 1-2. Slab. Slab still stuck in here, not doing much, and so you can see this here. Stuck in here. How do you get outside of this tight range? You start coming up into the gap or coming down into here, so we really want to kind of move on that thing first. Halliburton a little worse, coming down into this stuff, and Halliburton is 2 month downer here. Below 49.04, so you'd have to get back into that for any hope. Baker Hughes. Baker Hughes, weekly, Rev Strat if they want to bring her back up into the try. Inside bar, countered with hammer over 35.68. You're also hammer counter shooter daily to start the day. Diamond Offshore. Diamond Offshore, here's the daily try like so. And Diamond Offshore, outside weaker and back into the outside weak. So here's your fractal try like that. So it goes 222 back and up over 1966, and when it keeps going, it's an outside day to start. Now, Helmut Payne. Helmut Payne, doji counter shooter. So on this thing, right now you're either month and downer here, below 65.51, which you are right now. You're an inside day. So for this to improve, you need to get over that weekly. It's 67. QEP, hammer counter shooter, weekly above 1192, monthly shooter down, below 1160. Valero, all the refiners just jumping up in here. The thing about Valero is maybe they're going to try and triangulate out a little bit more. So when things don't go outside, all right, but they go 2 up, 2 back in, oftentimes they're going to look for this. This takes this out to at least take that out. And so maybe that would trigger, the multi-bar outsider to take some of this stuff out if they finally want to bring in the refiners. We shall see. If we go to XRT Retail. XRT Retail, yearly hammering up, and here's your greater monthly try. So we knocked on the door here. Let's see if this time they can take them right through. It was quite a week last week. Here, going out near the high, so of course it's going to look good. But Costco, we've watched this tight try for a while. Now coming up there, you're just going into new all-time highs, so you have exhaustion risk. Walmart still is trying to come up. Still handily inside month though. So the weekly, you got it to pop a little bit on that thing, but then stall out like Walmart's been doing a lot. So just be careful of that. Not really doing much. Thought we had something here, but then ever since that. Target Inside week and up work. That was nice. And now finally target gets out of this monthly bar. So this is a multi-oneer. All these things because they're all inside of this. So then you can start working on this things if we get some more setups. For right now, just kind of stalls out here. Shooters, we'll see. Go to AutoNation. AutoNation inside day. Bigger weekly try. We're trying to get out of that stuff. And on the monthly, goes 222 back up above 48.30. Abercrombie trying to go 1 bar rev strat monther. And that would be back above 27.49. So a lot of this funky stuff on some of these retailers look like the end of the world. Then it goes 2 week back up. And that's going to give you the funky try like this in here to try and get through that stuff. Bloodbath and Beyond coming back up into the gapper. Not dead yet. And that's 2 month up above 1824, and you're there trying to come up on the gapper. Crocs, 3-2 monther. And it used to be somebody. It used to be up in 30s, so we'll see if that continues. So we've seen what like Fossil can do on the old used to be somebody list. DDS. And DDS, still 3-2 monther. Taking care of business off the inside week last week. Still 3-2 monther. Now an outside day on the highs. DIN. Here's a great weekly triangle. That would go 2 back up over 66.39. And here it looks like this on the daily. Inside day's multiple pattern. Like so. Dix holding the gap up in here, so it goes inside week like that. And once again, the greater Dix try. So we get outside of this thing, the 3-2 there, it'd be 38.99. You got a little bit of room on that. Domino's Pizza inside month and up, and you had the 3-2 weaker last week. That worked very nice, so that's still good at monthly. Just going into all-time highs. Foot Locker, 3-2 monther. Back up into the greater try above 56.28. You're there. We got that inside weak measured mover trying to work up into this stuff. Hanes Celestial. Once again, fighting the bottom of the weekly try to try and get back up into all this stuff. You got a little bit more room on the monthly. So if you can take this out, it would go 3 month above 29.09. So you get a little bit more room on that, but that would be a 3 monther back into the try. Coors Purses. Weekly, inside week to try and come back into this stuff. You have to get outside of that stuff. And see how funky this is too. They're going to forgive it. Lower level try off of this. So this comes in there. Here, now you're an outside day to try and come back up into the gap. Guess, another one of these funkies where you got the outside monther, then took it out so you could have that 3-3 on that thing. The inside week, if they forgive it and bring it all the way back up. So watching this small consolidation here, what's the next 2? If it goes 2 up, 2 down, 2 back up, and try and work on this on Monday. Gap stores. Similar stuff, kill it, then try and bring it back. So, on the weekly, the 3-2 back up. So still, if we keep 2-ing, we're going to be magnituding through that thing. KSS, get still 3-2 monther and taking care of business at the 3-2 month. LB. If there's any hope, still trying to muscle the bottom 222 up on the month above 36.53. You're there. Can look for additional actionable signals to start off the week. You got the slight rev strat 2 bar inside of this pattern, but you got 1-2 and back 2 back up over 37.65. RL coming back up into that daily like so to try and muscle them because you're still 3-2 month to the upside with been a lot higher. Somebody. Captain Sig. Captain Sig, remember this monthly working down here for the 2-2, and it's still going. So right now it holds gap. We just need some more signals. Just holds the gap and trying to chug. Williams Sonoma. Williams Sonoma, inside day. And you can see the importance of watching these 3-2 monthers. Bam! That's still 3-2 month inside day. Just had a nice run, but we'll see if it sets up again. If we go to IBB. IBB monthly, 2-2 upper, above 109.28. For the week, you got this. Here's the greater try, still trying to work on it. So to reconfirm that month, go 2-2 weaker up above 110.94, and you got an inside day here to start it off. But like, and you see this stuff in here, just like the SPY, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Then the higher low. So this still trying to work into this thing. If we can keep going, you just saw that on the weekly chart. And so if we go to XLV also in the monthly, going up, 2-2 month, back up towards this stuff. So that's still in force. If we go to GILD still fighting, fighting down in here. And on the monthly, goes 222 back up above 72.83. Weekly, had the good week. We're still completely in this week's range, which makes this a compound one in here to keep walking up that thing. So we'll see and look for that monthly break. If we go to BIIB, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. The big greater try. And so remember, last month we got the 2-2 reversal hammer off of here above 280, so that's still going on that, and you're still above this month's highs and just daily top of the try, but you're starting off hammer counter shooter if they want to start keep creeping her up. Celgene, wake up, boy. Celgene not getting the memo. Celgene's got a lot more room to not be an inside month, but what you do have here on the weekly is this hammer and these two inside of this, so you'd want to get outside of that and come up above that 79, 89er and see if that could get it going at all. Amgen. And Amgen on the month. Here, 2 back up on the month, so still walking up like that. To reconfirm that too on the weekly, you'd need setups to take out the 185.96er. And if they want to bring her in, it's a little tight on here. You would have RevStrat day down to start off the week below 183.60. Regeneron. Come on, boy. You got the outside day here, so potentially 322 back up on the daily if you can go above 310.62. If not, weekly shooter back down below 303.52, and that monthly that we're looking here still be 2-2 back up over 314.83. So a few things could happen in there. AERI. RevStrat month are still in force. Bam. That was nice. And now inside day. Here, which is a heck of a move right out to start the month. Fortunately, we saw it coming. Bam. If we go to EW, inside year and up, inside month and up, just going into the highs. And last week was the 3-2 weaker, slightly up. So we'll just look for shorter term signals on those. Here to get out of that. Hopefully you get the up, this stuff measured mover, but we'll see. If we go to ICPT outside day, so you need to get outside of that. You're just month and upper. Here, inside month to the upside above 74, you're there. MNK, outside out of the ashes. Lazarus, come forth. 3-2 monther above 1728 and start to cruise already. There's VRX coming up here too a little bit. See? So we'll see how those continue. But you do have the 3-2 monther up in MNK. Mylan 222 monther above 4046. You're there just looking for more signals and see triangle they out. And that daily still walking up this thing. Teva, Warren Buffett, Just getting them going. So weekly, I don't think that was outside, was it? Nope. But you do have the monthly still going 222 up above 2218. Looking for further patterns there. UTHR. UTHR. Go 2 month upper here above 112.98. So getting a little closer on that thing. That daily chart going to look like this. Like so. XLK. Get. XLK just stalls out going into the highs, and so we can expect a little bit of that. Still 2 months to the upper. You're just exhaustion risk up in there with SMH. Still has some room on the monthly. Goes 2 down, 2 up. Reversal here, and then 2 trying to continue up that. If they want to bring them in, though, you do have weekly shooter lower high below 108.90. Go to Facebook. Facebook's stalling out right near the all-time highs. So a little tighter, but it would start the week off 222 back up on the, above 189.47. Then you'd still have that weekly to take out. So you're also a little bit closer to taking the weekly to the downside. If it wants to go 2 up, 2 down, and get hit, that would be 186.43. So you'd have some room on that. Amazon get. And Amazon into the highs, the 3, 1, 2 monther, outside month, inside month, and up. Just going into new highs, so your exhaustion risk, but you do have that triangle expansion, and you do have that consolidation month. Netflix just stalling out, exhaustion risk when you go into the new highs. So there's some tight stuff up in here for right now. Be watching the weekly for what's the next 2. Google shooter counters outside week if they want to bring her in. That would be below 1,123.23. You're still 2 months to the upside, right? And so the opening was 1,012.87. So that's how that would be put into full time frame continuity if you could get it. NVIDIA just going into the highs. So we've watched that triangle forever in here. Then we get the hammer counter shooter, brings it back up. Slight lower hammer, boom, up into there. Now you're just stalling out on the greater daily try that we've been watching forever. So the question is, what is this? How do you get out of there? Adobe, inside day. So the question is, can you take this weekly Momo hammer? Start cranking above 254.72. CY, triangle them out. Here's your higher highs, here's your lower lows. Now you're still trying to work this thing on the weekly. And you got an outside day. Start off. Triple D. Out of the ashes, but 3-2 monther to the upside above 1346, and you're there right now. EA, 3-2 month to the upside, just higher highs would be the risk, 134.61, and you got an outside-inside day to start off. Corning GLW, the greater try, inside day. And you see this lower level try here, this thing, these guys. Come on, man. This made the higher low here. You'll see this stuff in here, like that, and trying to get outside of this thing, right? Because that is your outside monther, 3-2 monther above 28.27. LRCX stuck in all this business in here. How are we going to get out of here? Well, for now, you're going to have a 3-weeker. You can see it's been stuck in it, but now you got a 3 week to try and get outside of that. You start off as an inside day. If they want to try and expand this thing down through these guys, we're going to pull it back into the gap. MU, outside day. Still some room to go after these guys. All right, so we'll see if that goes 3-2 day up into there. They start off strong. NOW now. Inside day, so we'd prefer the measured move. Down, inside, and pound this thing. Because that would give you a bigger try of the weekly On the outside week, we go 3-2 week to the downside by a little 174.32. NXPI. NXPI outside weaker for the 3-2. Take her right back up where she was. They can take that out because it's also the 3-2 monther above 119.11. Oracle, after last week's weaken up, still watching the greater Oracle try. That worked. Now we'll see if it keeps working up into this try. Palo Alto, outside weaker, so a good chance of going inside if this thing rallies. Otherwise, we can look below 195.78 if things get ugly. PFPT, shooter counters hammer, still below 119. If they can hit that, you're starting off as a 3-1 day. PayPal up in here. The 3-2 monther above 83.06. You're there. QLYS, hammer counter shooter month above 79. You're there. Splunk just near the highs, and upper level daily try, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Now outside day, inside day if they want to try and get outside of this thing. W day, inside day. So the question is, it's going to be a higher low than that and start to try and bring it back up. But if they take that inside day to the downside, you go too weak to the downside, and this monthly would be the issue here. Right here, below this 123.15 is the 2-2 month back down. Go to home builders, ITB. ITB finally waking up. You got the 3-2-2 back up, which means magnitude we're looking for is 41.48. You're almost there. But you'll see the daily try stuff like this, but it's waking up. It's a monthly signal. And XHB, monthly. That wasn't a 3. That was just 2-2-2 reversal back up. So they're starting to wake up here. So DHI goes 3 week. That would be 3-2 week to the upside above 44.64 with the monthly 2-2-2 back up over 45.29. KBH Homes monthly needs 28.09, and it's also an outside week for the 3-2 above 27.68. Lennar got a long way to come back up here, which will be good. All right. Inside week. That monthly here is 3-2-2 back up over 55.13. It's back up into the greater daily try if you want to get through all this to start working on this one again. Boom. LGIH is going to have a tough time not being an inside month. But that's a 3, so it's still a big try to work on, because if you go to the weekly, you're going to see this. Hammer counter shooter. And this outsider, this hammer would be back into that try. If we can take this out, that's 62.71. Masco MAS. Inside month to the upside, still multiple bar pattern, but your inside month above 38.64. Pulte Home. That takes the monther. Not an inside, but 2-2-2 monther. So that's just already enforced there. Toll Brother got a long way to not be, but it took that out so it could go 3 on the month. And on the week, you got the 1-2 Rev Stratter back up into the 3 weaker above 40.67. You could take a look at HOV. Why not? Big old weekly try, little guy. Here's that month. Here's what it looks like on the month. So we'll see if they really start going. It's a nice percentage gain if you get that thing moving. Home Depot and Lowe's are all ITB, and Home Depot Comes up into here in the old 3 in here, just trying to gun towards the highs and lows. Picking up some steam here too, so let's see if that continues. Maybe they want some paint for the house too. Sherwin-Williams. Sherwin-Williams goes 222 month back up over 394.31. It's there. Look for additional actionable signals on that. Just a few more. ADS. ADS been watching this try for a while. Higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Now you got the 222 month back up over 215.62. You're there. That try looks like this on the weekly. You got yourself an inside day. AYI for the monthly 222 back up over 122.02. You're close. BCO 3 month are to get out of, which is triangle. And there it is. Now you've got your inside week. If you can go potential up, sideways measured move and take that out. BGS, the 3-2 monther in force. Calm, chicken eggs. 2 month inside pattern, but this is a 3 to try and get out of there. So we'll see what that, on the weekly you get the outsider, so it'd be 3-2 weaker above 49.65 to try and get out of there. Kiko education. 3-2 month in force. Used to be somebody. It's over 1572. You're there. Eaton Corp, ETN. Would go 3-2 month above 80.50. Ford Motor Company. Tight triangle business this on the monthly, but it's also already an outside year, which is try. And there it is. So you can just look for any continuation patterns up towards that stuff. 5-star of FISV. FISV, 3-2 monther. And an outside inside day to start off the week. There's your 3-2 monther, outside and up. Granger, GWW, 3-2 year. Inside week. iPaper, 3-2 year. 3-2 monther, still in force. Triple L. Hammer counters outside monther. 322 with hammer above 199.86. You're there. You can watch all those defensors that got crushed, like Raytheon. Here, doing the 322 monther over 214.64. You're almost there. LMT's got some room to do that. So we'll see if LMT wants to come back up and do the same. That would not till 329.13. So you can look for setups that may do that. Northrop Grumman. All your buddies. Outside 322 above 33.93. You're there. NTES. Cooking the inside monther. But last week we got the inside week backing up. For your greater try. That's still a 2-week inside pattern of that. Now you got the outside day, 3-2 to try and come back up into this stuff. NXST. Outside week. Try them out. That'd be 3-2 upside above 70.75 on the week. And the monthly, 3-2 upper above 70.40. You're there. Polaris. PII. That's inside month to the upside after a 3-1-2 Chicago setup, looking to take out 127.75. You're almost there, but maybe they go a little bit further. There's your fractal daily to get through all that stuff and hopefully go POD. PODD. Outside day, inside day on the highs with the potential 3-2 monther into the highs. Momo Hammer Weekly. SGH big outside week if they want to pummel this thing, and that was a nice 3-2 daily on Friday. 3-2 pummel. The question is this the triangle and start working its way back in. If it gets worse, you also can go 1-bar ref strat mounter, multiple inside mount pattern of this thing. And take a shot at those guys if they really get medieval on her. SNA snap on. 222 mounter back up, and you can see this try. Variant VAR. Multiple bar pattern inside of this thing, which is a 3, but you did have the 322 on the month coming back up, so you can pay attention to that. And Tesla, still slight lower low of that, and so as long as we keep going 2 and 2 on the month, we're looking to take this out at least 348.67. You got some acreage on that, and last week. You come up into this, yeah, I've been looking at Tesla for a while, a little messy, but you're going to start off as an inside day, and you got a lot of room to get out of there. So if we start going down, inside week almost for sure, right? So we would have to take this to the upside and start jamming. Otherwise, you got an inside week potential chop back and forth. All right, that's going to do it for this week. We got Fed, we got Trump in Singapore, all that kind of stuff, and so we'll just see how it goes. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Quant VTF here at T3 Live.